It's a beautiful, chilly Tuesday morning. We have in our broadcast bungalow today Trish Mitchell of Tanner's Get Healthy and Live Well program. Is it a program?
It's a program, and it's our department. It's our outreach, community outreach. That's what we do.
And I was going to say more importantly, but very importantly, you're also our proud sponsor.
Yes.
Of Community Voice.
Yes, we are.
So we love having you here. And also, Tyler Woodard, who is the president of the West Georgia Track Club.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tyler.
Hi.
So did you have to campaign and knock on doors and be elected president of the track club? Or did you have to run from house to house?
No, that would be a good way to campaign, though. I like that. Maybe we'll do that for future positions. Actually, I had nobody else on the ballot against me, so it was a pretty easy win.
Oh, okay. Nepotism. Who was the previous president? Let's see.
Yeah, maybe my wife.
It might have been your
May
wife.
have something to do with it.
So, okay, the question is, why is a Tanner Get Healthy, Live Well representative and the West Georgia Track Club president both here today to talk about the same thing? And what are you talking about, and how are you guys partners?
Well, we're talking about Move It Monday, and this is a program we've done. Let's see, we were counting it up, 5 times?
Yeah, I think it's the fifth one. That's
the
right.
fifth one. It's a very popular program, but we, of course, couldn't do it on our own. It is a Couch to 5K program, so, of course, we're going to bring in West Georgia Track Club.
Okay, I just want to take a moment and tell you how hilarious that description is. It's from couch, speaking, to 5K. In how many weeks, Tyler?
The whole program lasts a total of 8 weeks. The first week is a meet and greet, so anyone that registers, we get them all there in the Tanner Classroom 1.
Are there couches in that classroom?
No couches.
So they're already off the couch, just showing up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
right.
good.
So we get them there, they register, we get familiar with who's going to be there and doing Move It Mondays, and then we talk about just kind of the gist of how the program's going to go the next 7 weeks. So
How long does that preliminary meeting last?
Maybe an hour. We've done it a couple of different ways over the years, and kind of the format we're following right now is not only do they come in, we kind of introduce ourselves, we get to know them, but West Georgia Track Club has been doing some little mini presentations. They talked about footwear last year, which is always a question I think y'all get. They talked a little bit about exercise. I think y'all talked about nutrition. So it was a very good meeting last year.
Sounds good. And I also want to tell everybody that not only are you listening to this fantastic show, but you can be watching it on Facebook Live if you want to go to WLBB's Facebook page. And you can see Trish's magnificent scarf. That scarf, did you get that in Scotland?
No, I got it at the Tanner $5 sale.
Oh, that's even better.
Yay, Tanner!
I get the biggest charge out of buying clothes secondhand, and then people go, wow, for example, everything I'm wearing. Wow, where'd you get that great blazer? I tell them, oh, it's $3.99 at blah, 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 blah. And that's better than buying it at an expensive anyway.
Yes.
Are we off topic a little bit, do you think?
Yes, but that's okay.
Okay, Tyler, how do you feel about Trish's beautiful scarf?
I think it's wonderful. I like to buy my wife scarves. So
Do you really?
yeah, I do. Yeah, and so when they're on sale, it's even better because
Yeah.
I feel better about myself and
I get the biggest
gift I
charge.
give, yeah.
Well, I think that the fact that we've it's only 8:33 and we've covered everything. No, so now I start asking the impertinent questions.
That's right.
That
All right.
I did not prepare you for at all.
That's right.
So
I've heard
Tyler-
about that.
I tried to prepare him.
Okay, so I was all right. So you're a track guy.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into the track world? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is a
Okay.
thing. So it started, way back really in elementary school. We had to take the physical fitness test. The only thing I did really well in was the mile run. And so from there through middle school and high school, I competed at a pretty competitive level. And then West Georgia, the college,
Yeah.
the University of West Georgia.
Was it
had a
college
team.
when you went? Oh.
No, it was the State University of West Georgia.
Oh.
So we were
They
still
changed that. You remember why?
That's right, because of I don't remember why.
The acronym was SUWG, and if you were to try and make that into a word,
Swug.
sewage.
Sewage.
So they changed it to UWG.
That makes sense. So
Anyway.
I ran cross country at the college. I ran for them and they had a track team. So I was competitive track and cross country for West Georgia. While I was there, I met Kristen. She graduated high school in 2005, and then
That's your wife?
That's my
Your
wife.
predecessor?
Mm-hmm. That's also the predecessor. Yes, we met at the college, and so she found out. She saw through me how much I enjoyed running, so she got into it, and then, gosh, it's been 5 years. Officially 3.5, how old the track club is, but about 5 years ago, we really wanted to spread that community health and wellness that was kind of sweeping the nation too, and so we're like, well, how can we expand that in the West Georgia area? And we came up with the West Georgia Track Club.
So how many members do you guys have? Do you have meetings? Do you,
great questions. So we have 127 current members right now.
Wow.
Most of them in Carrollton. There's a few in Douglasville, a few in Villa Rica. We have weekly group runs every single week. Thursday evening, 6:30 at the college, the track. And then Saturday mornings. Right now we're meeting at Greenway because that's where we're going to be starting and finishing our road race that's coming up in March.
So you're partners with the university, or they're just kind and just sort of let you use the track?
They're kind and they let us use the track.
Okay, well, West Georgia is great that way.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, and so now and we're going to take our first break in a second. But I've always been a couch potato. Mm-hmm. It's not about me or anything, but I'm speaking for couch potatoes in the West Georgia, East Alabama area. Okay, and I make myself feel a little better about the fact that I don't really do any running or indeed much physical exercise because I'm preserving my knees so I won't have to have knee replacements. Your thoughts?
So that's a valid point. So distance running is, that's a big problem later on in life. And so the 5K, what's nice about the 5K, it's not long enough to where you really have to worry about that. And a couch to 5K program like Move It Mondays, it's very good at not over-exercising you where you're pounding the pavement. And it's on the walking trail at Tanner, which is very soft on your knees and legs, and so you really don't have to worry about that part of it.
That trail, Trish, that goes around the Tanner, the lake?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Over there by the emergency room, kind of near our office. We're in the White House.
Okay, where the geese hang out.
Where the geese hang out.
So there's a natural obstacles to run over and over.
And it's good. And because it's little, on a dirt trail and not like hard pavement, it's good for balance.
You have a half-mile route and a full-mile route. Isn't that right in that park?
Yes, I think that's a great way to say it. There's a lot of little cut-throughs, I think is the best way to put it, where you can kind of shorten it or you can distance your run. We've got some out there that, one time around, that's good for them. And then we got a few people that we see out there and they keep going and going and going.
All the time.
They're awesome.
Well, when we get back from our first break, I'm going to ask you the hard-hitting question about how people, and I know many of them, who just become addicted to running. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, there's your homework assignment for 60 seconds while we hear from Tanner Health System, our wonderful sponsor. Stick around, everybody.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Community Voice this Tuesday, January 30th. We have in studio, as you can see on Facebook Live, if you want to tune in to WLBB's Facebook, we have the fantastic Joel, who has promised to make us all look 10 years younger Is it
Thanks,
working,
Joel.
Joel? All right, 2 thumbs up from Joel.
Yeah.
We have Trish Mitchell from Tanner's Get Healthy Live Well program, and also Tyler Woodard, who is the emperor of the West Georgia Track Club. He is the potentate. Okay, you like to call yourself president.
President's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
So, and we're talking about Tanner's Move It Mondays, which is kicking off, if that's not a mixed metaphor.
Well, it'll be kicking off on February the 26th with our meet and greet.
Okay. So we're just really, we're only maybe a little over 3 weeks away from that.
Right. It's getting closer.
It is. So mark your calendars, everybody. It's. I love what you guys have been saying, couch to 5K. And it evokes all kinds of visuals. And I would like to see a poster of a before and some guy or girl with their gut hanging out on a couch, supine, and then that same person running the 5K.
Well, we probably have several. I don't know if they'll
We have
share
living
their picture of
examples.
them on the
Yeah.
couch, but
We
we definitely have stories.
Yes, well, my beloved and I spend a lot of time on the couch watching movies of people running, mostly. Okay, so let's just fill everybody in if they're just joining us. So on February 26th at 5 o'clock, as you said, Trish, there's a meet and greet in Classroom 1 at Tanner.
Right.
And you guys are just going to lay down some sort of ground rules, or?
Well, once again, we're going to get to know you. We're going to have you fill out a liability form. So that is part of it. You're kind of signing up for the program so we can get your information, contact information, because unfortunately, if we continue to have the crazy weather that we do, even though we're very passionate about physical activity, we will not come and ask you to come and do your 5K in 3 feet of snow if we were to have that.
If that happens in March, I don't know where to move.
Well, we
true.
had that many years ago. We
I
had
do.
a blizzard,
1993.
something like that.
It was March 13th. I believe it was a Friday. Wow.
Friday the 13th.
Why do we remember these things? Okay, so yes, it's not unprecedented.
Right.
Okay, but usually it's very lovely and temperate.
Right. We won't actually start till March the 5th. That'll be the actual first session on the track. So hopefully by then, our weather will be better, but we'll be prepared.
So, okay, that's good. And then people who will be starting from the state of couch potatoism, which I think I just invented.
I like it.
You like it? Okay, you can use that.
Okay.
They're going to be able to work their way up to doing 5. How many miles is 5K? I haven't made the switch to metric.
3.1 miles.
Oh, wow.
So it's not crazy far, but it's a lot of people's first race is a 5K, and it's pretty. You feel pretty good when you're done with that.
So you can walk a mile in about what, 8 to 10 minutes?
No, that's pretty quick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I would say 15 to 18 minutes is a pretty good walking mile pace.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long does a 5K usually take for beginners?
For beginners, it just kind of depends on their level. There's a lot of folks that, they're pretty athletic. They just never ran before. And so, they could do it in 25 to 30 minutes. Those that we work with, though, a lot, they're probably going to be around anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, most of them. The goal of the program is to get them from, we start with kind of a mile run / walk, and then they'll be at 12 to 15 minutes. And from there, we hope to improve their time over the course of the 7 weeks of the program.
Are you going to have paramedics there on the course?
Well, we are located very close to the emergency
ER's
room.
right there.
Not that we have ever needed that, but we
No,
are close
no.
to emergency room. But, you don't have to run. We've had some that have
right.
never ran, but they have increased their mileage, and they have definitely shortened their time that it's taking them to do the mileage.
So and I warned you I was going to ask you this, Tyler. Who's your track idol?
So I guess I have a couple. Probably one of the most famous Americans running-wise. His name was Steve Prefontaine. He was a runner in the 70s and 80s. Actually, a young guy. He died really young. I think he was 24 or 5 when he died. But he went to the University of Oregon, and he kind of really polarized. At the time, American distance running wasn't anywhere at all, like globally, and he really put USA on the map.
Wow.
Yeah.
He only only lived until 1975. He was born in 51. So what's the math? 20.
24, 25.
24.
Okay, I'm checking on interwebs to make sure that running didn't kill him.
No, it wasn't that. Wasn't that. It's actually, I think he was a DUI. I think he died. He had a car wreck, but I think he was under the influence when he died. So it was pretty
what
sad.
A shame.
Yeah, pretty sad. But there's another more recent runner who just retired. His name is, I don't know how to spell his last name, so it's Meb, M-E-B, B like boy, Keflezgy. That's K-H.
You made that up. No, here it is.
That's right.
It's K-E-F-L. Okay, Meb Keflezgy. It sounds like a good Dutch name.
Yeah, he's from Africa, actually, but his parents...
Eritrea.
Yeah, Eritrea, and his parents moved over here in the, it's probably in the 80s, early 90s. He's 38 years old or 39. No, he's over 40 now. But anyways, he was the first American to medal in the Olympic marathon since a long
silver
time ago.
medal.
Yeah, got a silver medal at the Athens Games. I actually met him. It was pretty cool. I met him. He did the Peachtree Road Race. He's done it a couple times, but he did it I think it was 12 or 13 when we met him. Really short, a lot shorter than I thought he'd be. He's only like 5'3", 5'4".
Oh, wow.
But a great guy, really fast. So he's another one of my track guys.
I'm looking at his picture right now, and he is very muscular. Will people who continue with 5Ks and Movement Mondays, is it possible that they may be as sleek as Meb Keflezgy?
They do slim up. They do. We have probably our one of our best examples. Well, there's a few, but I'll start with John Crosby.
Yeah.
John Crosby is a retired gentleman that lives in Carrollton.
Does he know you're using his name on live Facebook
He does
Live?
now.
He's fine.
He signed the waiver, so
Okay,
okay.
Is that part of the waiver you have to
That's
sign?
part of it.
We get to drop your name after.
That's right.
Okay, that's cool.
His story is just amazing.
Let's hear it.
He was in pretty poor health. He smoked, he drank, he was overweight. He started prior to Movement Mondays. His doctor said, "Look, you need to do something active to break these habits."
How old was he at the time?
60. He was retired, so
Okay.
60 something. So he just started walking, and then Movement Mondays came along and the West Georgia Track Club, and so he started running, and now he's done everything up to half marathon, which is 13 miles.
Yeah.
And he's lost a lot of weight. He stopped smoking, he stopped drinking. He just loves it. He's very active now.
That's what we were talking about before, that people do form some sort of, I don't like to use the word addiction, but it
becomes a hobby.
It
becomes a healthy hobby for them.
A compulsion. Maybe it's not compulsive. I'm trying to think of just the right word, but it's as though
It's a healthy habit.
Yeah, they can't go a day
Right.
without running, or if they do.
And John is a great example because he also took advantage of our diabetes prevention program. And I think, actually, if I remember correctly, he's gone through the program twice, which helped him to lose quite a bit of weight. We offer those classes for free, just like Movement Monday. And I think he also went through our tobacco class, where is Fresh Start, where we also give you a lot of tools in your toolkit to use for when you set your quit date.
You guys do so much good in our community.
Well, thank you.
Get
We're
healthy.
trying.
No, thank you. And thanks to the CDC, right? 'Cause
Yes.
they're the ones. Well, you guys write the grants, and
Right.
then they grant you the grant.
Yes, a lot of the work came off of the Pitch grant. That was a 3-year grant, partnerships in community health. It was $3 million, so we were able to do quite a bit with that $3 million.
$3 million.
$3 million. Unfortunately, that grant has now ended.
It's true.
Are you guys always writing grants?
Yes, we have a great writer in our office, Katie. I'm going to put her name out
Yeah,
there.
let's hear it. Great writers, I love them.
Yes, Katie Chewing. She works in our office, and that was actually one of her first grants she wrote for, and she got us $3 million. So
Whoa.
she's always looking for money.
That's job
we
security.
come up with ideas, and then we go to Katie, and we're like, Katie, find us some money.
Wow, that is something else. Well, okay, it's time for our next break already. And I didn't even have a chance to ask. We heard about track idols. I wanted to know who a couch idol might be.
Well, that would be me now.
Everybody in the studio is raising their hand. All right. right. Well, anyway, we'll be right back. Tanner Health System has 60 seconds worth of gold to talk about. And then when we get back, who knows what I'm going to ask?
Okay.
I don't.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
And let's run right back to, it wasn't that great. This is Lori Wilson with you. And if you just joined us, you don't know what a brilliant little turn of phrase that was. But welcome. We're talking to Trish Mitchell from Tanner's Get Healthy, Live Well program, and then Tyler Woodard, the Grand High Emperor of West Georgia Track Club.
I love that you give me a different title every time we come back.
Well, it just gets better and better. No, president of the West Georgia Track Club. We're talking about Move It Mondays and running the 5K. And so, and now I forgot what I was going to say, except that there's something about spin a minute. What does that mean? Why did I write that down?
We want to talk about registration.
Okay.
Because as much we want everybody to come, but we need to kind of know you're coming. So we ask everybody to go to our website, and that is gethealthylivewell.org. And on there, you can go in and you can go into classes. You can look for our classes. And registration for Move It Monday will be up on the website by the end of this week or first part of next week.
Okay, so it's gethealthylivewell.org.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a website and a handy rule for life.
It is. There's lots of good information on there. So you, of course, can spend some time going through the website, you know, looking up healthy recipes, physical activity, and then, of course, going in and registering for our awesome classes that we have free of charge.
Yeah, I mean, really quickly, you've got smoking cessation classes. You've got Tai Chi.
We do
for diabetics?
Well, not just for diabetics. We've there's different forms that we have learned. Phyllis and myself, we are trained instructors now, certified instructors for Tai Chi for health. And what that means is this organization has linked together certain movements, and the movements are good if maybe you're a diabetic, if you suffer from arthritis, but they're good for everybody.
So you're talking about physical movements.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about some sort of ideological the movement. Okay, so everything I know about Tai Chi, I learned on Star Trek: The Next Generation. So if you're like me, you can learn a whole lot more. You just see the look on Trish's face.
I'm like, I can't help you.
I have no idea what she's talking about. We'll let it just work its way out of it. Okay, and so it sounds like a really great.
It is. It's a
low impact exercise.
It's a low impact exercise because we love Move It Monday. It's a wonderful, wonderful program, but we do understand that with having our classes, we've had some individuals in our classes that's still a little much for them to start with. And so we wanted to come up with another program that they could do. And we actually had a friend from Franklin who is certified, and she was teaching, and she said, if you get certified and you do this, you'll reach a lot of people. And she was definitely right. We are shocked at how much of a response we've gotten to these classes. So
you guys have to come back, you and Phyllis, and talk about Tai Chi. We'll talk about the history of it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why I learned about it on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay, and if we're doing Facebook Live, maybe we can do a demo.
Hey,
there
okay.
you go, in studio.
Okay, well, as long as Joel makes us all look like 30 pounds less.
Yes.
Okay, so we had a listener, by the way, Tyler, telling us that Fred Shorter who won that Olympic marathon in '72, was a significant influence in the running boom, in USA.
He was. That's correct.
I do remember the days when running wasn't a thing.
Yeah, Fred Shorter was a big part of that. Yep.
So no wonder you're a big fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 5 minutes left. Let's talk about West Georgia Track Club. You have some races coming up?
Yeah, so our specific race that the track club puts on is the West Georgia Track Club Road Race, real original title there.
Hey, it's very descriptive.
5K and 10K, it's March 10th this year, and it starts and finishes at Greenway, so right there in the parking lot right next to the schools.
So you guys will start at Greenway and hit the green belt, or?
Yeah, so
what?
it goes down and past the bank, and then hop on the green belt, and the 10K, the 5K actually, I'm sorry, start on the 5K. It turns around just past Hayes Mill under the bridge and comes back. But the 10K actually veers off the green belt, goes up on Maple Street, and it will hooks up with the green belt by CVS and comes down the backside of the bypass there, and hooks back up with the green belt, and then finishes where you started.
And if anyone is interested in joining you, because they didn't know you guys existed until today, how would they reach you?
So we have a Facebook page, just West Georgia Track Club. There's also a website, westgeorgiatrackclub.org. They can also Instagram. We have an email. So plenty of ways. A lot of our membership is just word of mouth. So a lot of our members tell others about us. Actually, Move It Mondays has helped with some membership as well.
Cool.
So we've got a lot of members from Move It Mondays.
Are there dues, membership dues?
Yeah, so there are dues. It's $35 for an individual. It's $35 a year. A couple can join for.
I could totally afford that.
Yeah.
You get an awesome T-shirt, which I should have wore today.
Yeah,
Didn't
thanks
know
for
we were going to
nothing.
be on Facebook Live, or I could have put it on. You get an awesome T-shirt, and you get great race discounts throughout the year in the West Georgia area. So like the Cupcake Chase that's coming up with Central Middle, they offer a discount, and Step at a Time Road Race, all these local races. So we partner with all those guys.
Come back and tell us about the Cupcake Chase, because running and Cupcake
There
Chase.
you go. Now I'm speaking her
Now I'm
language.
interested.
So that's actually put on by Carrollton Middle School, and it's a great race. But when you finish, you get a cupcake. So
Which you totally
it's
earned.
March 3rd this year. That's the week before our race. It's kind of nice. That's a good race, March 3rd. And, you get a cupcake when you finish. So.
It's hard to imagine after this chilly, frozen January that there will be, in just a few weeks, outdoor worthy things to do.
Yeah, racing season's about to kick off.
I know.
Just like that. So to register for our race, they could just go to our website, westgeorgiatrackclub.org. And as soon as they get on that page, there's an option to register. So
Okay.
they can do that there.
Like, we have a couple of minutes left, so Trish, let's go down the beautiful talking points that Amanda prepares for us.
Okay.
Let everybody know who, what, when, where, why.
Okay, so when you come to the meet and greet on February 26th, sorry, that just left me for a minute.
That never happens to me.
That's why we write it down.
You can park in the parking deck, and then, which is next to the main entrance of Tanner. But for Move It Mondays, when we start on the track, we will allow you to park in the parking deck that's next to the emergency room, but we ask that you park on the 3rd floor or higher. We want to reserve the first couple of floors, of course,
For patients and family.
people that are at the emergency room. If they're at the emergency room, they probably don't feel like hiking up to the 4th and 5th floor of the parking deck. So if you'll reserve that for them. Let's see what else we want to talk about. And, of course, we just want, we want to have everybody come and promote our programs.
If you've had a very sedentary winter, as some people at this
Yeah, that's a
table
good point.
may have done, this might be a good way to jar yourself into activity.
Yeah.
Would you say?
I would completely agree with that.
Okay.
This is a great group. I love working with the West Georgia Track Club. They're a wonderful group.
Well, you guys are fun. Come back. I want to talk about cupcakes and stuff.
Okay.
Again. Okay. Trish, thank you for being with us. Tyler,
Yeah, thank you
lovely
so
to
much.
meet you. Say hi to Kristen. And thank you, everybody, for being with us on Community Voice. I'll see you in 23 and a half hours. And so go move your bodies. That's your job right now. Go.